Osim is part of British society, just as much as me or you or anyone in the building that I work in. As it fails many thousands of black men and disabled people whose lives are seen as expendable. But Osim's life matters. His life matters. We can't let him become just another victim or another statistic of a cruel, dehumanising border regime. We can't let a young life be sacrificed to boost the Home Office's deportation statistics. Let me say one thing. When the government attacks immigrants and minorities, our friends, our colleagues, our family members and our neighbours, it's never in the interests of working class people. It's to distract us from its own failures or pin the blame on someone else, someone who did nothing to create the problems that we're experiencing in society. The Home Secretary believes that there's an immigration crisis in this country. And in a sense, she's right. There is an immigration crisis. The crisis is that recently, in one of the wealthiest economies in the world, a young mum seeking asylum starved to death. She starved to death. She was dying in poverty. It's a crisis of desperate people who are dying trying to reach our shores, or who are locked up in detention centres. People like Osim who have no release dates, no deportation dates, who are languishing in detention centres, not knowing what the future brings to them. And it's a crisis that we are still deporting people, sometimes to their deaths, very often to their deaths in fact. People who arrived in the UK when they were children, when they were babies. It's been more than 2 years since the Windrush scandal, and I'm asking, what lessons have we learned? Apologies are meaningless. They're meaningless if they're not followed by action. How many people have to die? How many people like Abdel Fattah Hamdallah have to die before the Home Secretary implements those safe and legal routes that are so necessary? And how many families like Osim's have to be torn apart before something changes? People like Osim can't wait any longer. We need justice. We need to end the horrific institutional racism that runs across our immigration, education and criminal justice systems. Black Lives Matter can't just be a slogan, it has to be a reality. Osim Brown is one of us, and he is here to stay. Let's never stop fighting for him and for the many others in his situation. Solidarity.
Taking the knee there.
Just short legs.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
I just saw your sign.
Emma.
Thank you very much. I pass back over to Emma.
Huh? Just tell people to stay in touch where they can find us.
Hi, my mum is Emma, as you might know, some of you. I wasn't actually going to speak, I never speak at these things, but
Do now.
but seeing my mum cry made me cry, and Osim's seen his mum cry, and he can't give her a hug, he can't stay with her, he can't comfort her, she can't comfort him, and it's not right at all. During the lockdown, they've been separated. I'm privileged enough to live with my mum still and have her every day, and I don't know what I would do without her. So he needs to come out, he needs his mum as much as I need mine, and thank you all for being here. it means a lot to everyone. So.